right, folks. Here we have the Olight Clip Pro. Honestly, this is probably one of my favorite everyday carry lights. I take this with me to work, just about everywhere I go. It is super small, which you'll see later in kind of a size comparison, but it is a very lightweight, great light, strong clip. It's got a magnetic background, which I'll show you here in a moment, but um, it does have the flood, spot, and red light capabilities. It is an IPX6 waterproof rated clip light, and right now it's on sale for Amazon or with Amazon for $31.99. Normal price is I think $39.99. I have no affiliation to this whatsoever, so this is an unbiased personal opinion of the light, and I've had probably about I don't know 6-7 months using this light on a regular basis. Excuse me. Um, I've clipped it on my backpack, my shirt, even my hat. Obviously, the hat, with the angle and stuff, you got to position that just right. But it's got the ability to tie on a lanyard on the back side of the clip, and then the magnetic back is pretty strong. You can slap it onto any metal surface, a locker, even a vehicle, changing a tire. So that's pretty handy there too. And so with the red light, at the low setting, you have 4 lumens on low, 40 lumens on high, up to about 14 hours of the red blink capacity, and then 24 hours of the red light beacon capabilities. So for SOS and definitely emergency situations, that will help out quite a bit. And the next one here you're kind of seeing is the spotlight version. The first setting here was low, then you go into medium and then high. Those are simply just when you press the button, you hold for about a 1 second count, and then it'll go into the next level of lighting for that light, and pretty much any O light for that matter. And then if you double click it, it goes into turbo mode. And so turbo mode at the highest rate has 500 lumens, which is about 66% brighter than the previous model, and it's got about 120 meter projection distance with the obviously with the spot light feature to it. And then as we go into the flood motion, these light modes are simply just a twist of a button on the side. Very sturdy. You can actually feel it when it clicks in. And then here is the flood mode that you see. And I'll give some comparisons as we get into a darker room and then also outside too. So this is just kind of, at the desk as we were doing the review and the overview of the light itself. But it's got a rubber grip on the inside of the clip, which is nice. So again, if you're hooking it onto some type of fabric, it secures fairly well. And then it has a nice little kind of a grip to it, so it's not sliding in and out if you're doing it kind of in a horizontal fashion from your shirt, which is nice. And I try to show you that here as I, try to capture it zooming in. A little difficult with the phone view. And then again, IPX6 waterproof, so you see that it is a USB charging platform. With the clasp closed or open, it still holds that IPX6 waterproof rating. So very easy clasp to open up. You can actually feel it and hear it click, which is nice because you can just tell the quality of it from there. And so here's kind of this, this is the pro version of this Olight clip. And next to it, you'll see an AirPods Pro 2 case. And so you can kind of see the difference there, or the size relative to it. It is small. When I first got this, I was pretty surprised how small it was. And then here you have a 47 millimeter watch laid next to this light. And so I got the box, and I was just surprised how small it was, which is super nice. And here we kind of switch into just our spare bedroom, looking at the light. Obviously, this is the floodlight portion. The first setting that you saw was low, and then medium and high. And being a light so small, this thing just lights up the room. And going into now the spotlight mode, you can see here's the low setting as you kind of look around, and then switching it into medium, and you can just tell how it definitely just lights up the room with a really powerful small light capability. And then here's the high, and then obviously the turbo setting, and you can slightly tell the turbo difference. I will tell you that it does get pretty warm when you're using the turbo setting for an extended period of time, so just be cautious of that. And then obviously here we have the red light, at the low setting. This is the beacon or the SOS, and here you have your low setting, and then the beacon of it, which is at 40 lumens of red light capabilities. Excuse me. And so this just kind of gives you an example as far as like an indoor, setting. And next we kind of go into outside. So here I am on my back patio, and those arborvitaes for a distance knowledge is about probably 20 yards from where I'm standing. And so this initial version is the flood capabilities on a low setting. And then we have our additional settings there. You can kind of see it's got a pretty good spread to it, which is nice. And so as I switch over the versions here, now this is the spotlight version, which is the low setting. I'll switch back over here where you can kind of see. So the low setting here, and again, about a distance of 20 to 25 yards from where that corner of the fence and the tree line or the arborvitae match up. And then we switch into a medium setting, kind of highlighting the trailer. The trailer is about, again, 20, 25 yards away. And then we go into a high setting of this, or the turbo mode. And again, you can kind of see that overall, just the light's impressive. It's crystal clear, with a great distance behind it. And just, again, it just amazes me the power of this light in such a compact model. I did do we took this on a camping trip, and we were in the tent, and I wanted to read a book before night's end. So I flipped this light on, had it kind of on the brim of my hat, where I had to angle my hat where it shined down just right for the book itself. But I was able to sit there with that low light capacity on the red light. So the max runtime of this light at the low settings is about 144 hours. So, you have it there.